problems like the previous one where you've got that triple circle Venn diagram and you're looking how many students are taking history versus anthropology and psychology is beyond the scope of what you're going to ask any elementary school student to do. But you do want to teach them counting with whole numbers. And there's multiple manipulatives that you could use. I've got some images here and descriptions of several of them. Since it's an online class, I don't have physical manipulatives for you to play with. But the first one here are tiles. You can buy plastic tiles, but you can also make them out of cardstock or cardboard. But usually these are just square tiles that you can use for counting. Also, you can use cubes, and there's some that are brand name cubes and they'll pop together. But again, this is another way. These are three-dimensional, obviously, that students can use for counting. Possibly the most famous for counting are rods. The Cuisenaire rods have been around for a long time. And those are color-coded, where the rod of length 10 is orange, rod of length 1 is white, and then you've got the numbers in between, and you can use these for counting. And when later in the class, when we introduce addition and subtraction, you'll see some examples with these rods. These are used quite extensively, and you don't need to buy the brand name ones. You can make these out of cardstock or cardboard. Okay, it's just another way to count. And then you want to get more abstract. Okay, you start with the more concrete manipulatives, and as you get more abstract, you can move to the number line. And when we talk about our whole numbers, so again, that's 0 and moving forward, when we get to the number line, we can talk about ordering these numbers. And when we order, that's our less than and greater than, okay? For dealing with a number line, this is going to seem real basic to you all, but when we talk about ordering, if a number is to the left of another, it's less than that number. So up here, 2 is less than 5. It's to the left of 5 on the number line. If you're dealing with manipulatives, when you're talking about ordering, the set that has a smaller number of elements is the smaller set. So I've got an example, or actually a few examples on the last page of how you could teach ordering with kids to show, in this case, that 4 is less than 7. So the first one, I have 2 sets. The set on the left has 4 coins in it. The set on the right has 7 just random elements that you might find in a classroom. Maybe not jacks anymore. But you can pair up the 4 elements on the left-hand set with 4 of the elements on the right, and you'll see there's 3 things left over here. That means that this is the larger set. 4 is therefore less than 7. You could do the same thing with the tiles. So I've got these blue tiles. There's 4 of them, 7 white ones. Pair the ones up that can be paired. There's 3 white ones left over. So again, 4 is less than 7. With the rods, you're comparing the length of the rods. Okay, 4 is less than 7. The rod is shorter. And again, on the number line, 4 is to the left of 7. Therefore, 4 is less than 7. So hopefully in this section, you got to see a little bit behind the scenes of how the whole numbers are developed and how our system of counting numbers is developed, and even our less than, greater than. When we're teaching this to elementary age children, we're going to be using manipulatives. We're going to be using very hands-on tools, but these are more abstract concepts. So in this class, you're able to see kind of the higher level mathematics behind these more basic concepts. So I hope this has been helpful for you.